Does dental insurance make you want to cry inside? This morning at 6:58 a.m., I was taking Tilly from Philly to the dog park, and I saw a dog mom there, and she said, "I need a new dentist. My dentist stopped taking my insurance after 30 years." Now, part of my brain would just be like, okay, that stinks, find someone in network, but I wanted to stand up for dentists and dentistry. So I said, that is very normal. Many of these dental insurance companies are paying dentists less. Would you keep working at a job where you were expected to work just as hard and your boss would pay you less? Pause. So it helped this awesome dog mom get it. Will she go to a dentist in network? I don't know. Will she go out of network? But I followed it up with dental insurance works a lot like a coupon. You can go to many dentists and use that coupon. I encourage you to find a dentist that fits best for you. My dental office is out of network right now. If you came to our office, you'd be able to use your dental insurance like a coupon. So this fall, we are putting together, my team can bring up the text code. Text Travis to 215-543-6454 to join us for an awesome in-person event with insurance expert Dr. Travis Campbell. That is our in-person event. My team can also put up text talk to that same number. You can text talk's number if you would like to watch in virtually and get the souvenir recordings. Learn from your couch while eating chips. Learn from your treadmill. Get your whole team on board with having the talk with patients about dental insurance. And the talk is not about dropping dental insurance. And the talk is not about signing up for more dental insurance plans. The talk is about how the reality of dental insurance works, how it has influenced our profession/industries in ways that are problematic, and sharing that story one by one, just like I did with the dog mom this morning. I think it was Winston's mom. I'm not sure. It might have been Winston's dog. Sharing with this awesome dog mom, hey, dental insurance works a lot like a coupon that has benefits, but also has restrictions, so we can make this dentisting world better together. So if you'd like to come in person, text Travis that number. If you'd like to watch online, text talk to 215-543-6454. Talking Nachos is dedicated to helping you increase success, decrease stress, and reduce the number of times you feel like crying inside a day. I'm ready for my first awesome guest when my team is ready to bring them up. I have the awesome Jessica. Jessica, forget about your company for a minute. What is the most impactful thing that's happened in your life in the last 9 months?
Oh, well, I had a little one. So she is 3 months old now, since our second daughter. And so it's been exciting to see how this new member of our family is fitting in.
Second child, less anxiety, more exhaustion, right? Less anxiety, more exhaustion is how I would describe it. Well, congratulations on that, on your new roommate. That's going to cost you a lot of money. That's how I describe children. New roommates, that'll cost you a lot of money, right? So awesome. Well, you are fantastic, Dental Nacho. Your awesome company, Dental Intel, is a sponsor, and you have some exciting news for us because I've been using Local Med, which is part of it, for years, and you guys are rebranding things. So I'd love for you to take a few minutes and share with our audience how Dental Intel is now working.
Well, thanks. Yes, like you said, we have been Local Med, and also known as Medento and Dental Intel. We purchased those two companies back a couple of years ago, but we kept their names separate. So now we're just kind of combining everything together. Our overall mission at Dental Intel is to intelligently shape the future. And by doing that, we want to combine solutions to offer an all-in-one. One-stop shop, so you can log in. You're not logging into 5-6 different websites to kind of run your practice in the background. So we are doing that right now. You may see our names kind of still go Local Med Medento until people are really getting used to everything. But we are Dental Intel, engagement, and analytics now.
Awesome. Take a minute and just share, because what you guys do is great. But some of these names, like Dental Nachos, no one knows it. What does Dental Intel do? If you had like a sentence, say you're a dental practice and use Dental Intel, what do they do?
Well, that's a great question. So we basically run in the background of your practice to basically give you reports of what's happening and what is going to happen, and how you can shape, your future by getting that information of what can we do to change what we're doing and what we could do in the future to produce more revenue. Also, Local Med scheduling. So that's where we're having patients schedule online and book right into your practice that they're not even having to call and pick up on the phone.
I want to stop and share. So I don't have favorite children. I do have ones that, frustrate me more at times, but maybe not favorites. But I do have right now. Local med is without a doubt one of the best things that's ever happened to me in my life. I do not say that with any exaggeration. Prior to local med, I was a lot more stressed and had less money, and now I have more money and less stress. So local med, dental intel, I think of it kind of as like a high level body analyzer for your practice, right? Tells you all this information, tells you where you're weak, tells you where you're strong. Now, local med, I think of like a very focused thing. What does that do for practices?
So it essentially will help, fill your schedule. When you're closed, when you're open, anytime. Patients nowadays, especially since COVID, they're looking to make appointments online and, not having to call an office and be on the phone. And our offices don't have the time either to be on the phone to make those appointments. So this is going to work in the background.
Making their cleaning appointments at 2:47 a.m. I see it come in, right? I go,
Yeah.
thanks for thinking of us. And then we get to kind of like, what I think the Zoolander name, Modento, right? Modento. What does Modento do?
So Medenta is going to be your patient communication platform and also team communication. So what we'll do is we'll communicate about appointments, any treatment plans they have outstanding. We can send those. We can send digital forms to have your patients fill out those forms prior to coming in and saving your team time from manually typing them in, scanning them into a document, and then there's that human error there. So we do try to make everything automated to kind of make your life less stressful.
Yeah, I think I should call it a bundle of awesomeness to reduce aggravation. Here, put that at the next meeting. When everyone's at the next meeting, say that's what Paul says you should call it,
Yeah.
a bundle of awesomeness to reduce aggravation. So I appreciate you sharing it. If someone texts Dental Intel to 215-543-6454, what is going to happen on that first thing? Are they be able to take a demo with your team? Are they going to watch a webinar? What happens when we do that?
So when you do that, we're going to connect you with one of our awesome AEs, and they're going to give you a demo of what we have to offer. We'll definitely, hear you out. If there's one product that's, speaking to your language, then we'll get you scheduled for that specifically. Or if you're interested in seeing everything in the full gamma, the awesomeness, we will definitely get you signed up to look at that pretty quickly.
I love that. Well, thanks, Jessica, for sharing. Thanks for being a great part of this community. I hope you get to come see us in person this year in Philadelphia in 2023. Can't wait to meet you.
Can't wait to meet you. Thanks.
Awesome, Jessica. So as you can see on Talking Nachos, we talked about joining us in person in Philadelphia for our Dental Nachos Fall C event or watching online. Then we talked about Dental Intel and all the awesome things they do to increase success and reduce stress. I'm ready for my next guest. When my team, I have the amazing Jamie DeBias day one, who works with me personally as a sponsor, as a friend, and a supporter. And Jamie, just in case this is the first time someone sees you, what does your company do to help dentists?
Well, Paul, thanks for having me on. We love helping dentists gain more of their ideal patients, and we do that through creating a comprehensive but also customized digital marketing system. We know how dentists love systems. We know how systems make lives easier when they're more predictable and reliable. And so that's what we do for our dentists.
Awesome. And dentists love data, right? They love probing depth, Jamie, just like they want to know how many. I can't palm a real basketball. It's a child's basketball. But true story, junior year of high school, 1994, I made 43 threes, second in the whole conference. That was a lot of threes. So you have a case study where you can give us some data, some feedback. And I know, Jamie, dentists sometimes think marketing is all this stuff in the ether or it's, made up and things like that. But I love that you can share with us this story of some stats or a case study, because I think that would be really valuable to our audience.
Well, the case study I'm going to share with you is someone that you also know, and this is Dayspring Dental, our good buddy Matt Bickle. He and his wife are dentists in Southern New Jersey, and so we'd been working with them for a while, and they decided that we were doing social media for them, we were doing online listings management, but they decided that they wanted to do a brand new website. And so we put together a website for them, pretty much went live in the beginning of this year. And we were doing their search engine optimization. We've already seen that they've had a 30% increase. Actually, it's a little over 30%, but we'll round 30% increase in their new patient volume just in the last several months. And I know personally from talking with them that it's a good problem that they're trying to figure out, but they've had so many new patients coming in that it has created a whole new set of what do we do now? So it's a good thing that we've worked on for them. But as far as numbers goes, the problem that they are having to deal with, the good problem is they are averaging, so far this year, they're averaging over 50 new patients. Last year around this time, it was in the mid to high 30s. And so we've seen a significant increase just from putting the new website together and then being able to put a much more comprehensive SEO plan in place for them.
I love that story, Jamie. Love Matt and his team and his wife. So this is a great story because you basically took Matt might be in the seasoned age category. I was going to say medium age category. He's early seasoned age, but he's been a dentist for a long time. And, if there's a dentist saying, but everybody already knows me and they already know I'm Dr. Matt. What was that, unlock, right? Where, people have driven by his practice. They've seen his practice, but until you did this new website and SEO, share with our audience how powerful that really can be, even if you think everybody already knows you.
Well, that's a great question. Where Dr. Bickle and his practice, Dayspring Dental, are located is not that far away from where I live. And so I am very familiar with this area. It's kind of an area that I've grown up in. So I know it's a highly competitive market, but what has made the difference is they didn't rely upon the fact, what you just said, everybody knows me. And that's probably not a fair statement. Everybody doesn't know them. They may drive by their office. In fact, where their office is located is a highly visible, highly trafficked area, lots of street frontage. You can easily see where they are. They're right across from a high school that's huge in this area. So they have a lot of traffic, but that's not enough because that only relies upon people driving by their practice. And so there's a lot of search traffic, and digging into the details, there's a lot of search traffic from people that have just found them. They're just looking for them. We listen to a lot of the calls. We listen to a lot of the things that are going on with their practice. And there's a lot of new people that have been in that area and they're looking for a new dentist. They don't know Dayspring Dental from somebody else. They are looking for a brand new dentist and they have choices. And that's one of the things we want a lot of our dentists who are seasoned aged or maybe in that, the mad stage to understand is that patients have choices and they may want to leave another practice, or maybe they've moved into an area, or maybe they're looking for a service that their current dentist doesn't offer. And so it's very important. The first place people are going to look, if they don't have friends that they can go to, or maybe even if they do have friends and they still want to get some other validation, is they're going to look online. And it's really critical that you can be found in those first few sections on search results, because that's basically the gold standard for if somebody's going to reach out to you.
And I think it's such value. You could say to your dentist clients, I know you know other dentists, I know you're in the industry, but what if you needed to find an optometrist? It's not like you run in circles with a bunch of optometrists. You yourself would go on Google and see who has reviews, where they are. So really appreciate framing this. As we wrap up, Jamie, people can text day one to 215-543-6454. I appreciate what you do. Just the other day, there was a new dentist in this area, new practice owner who said, Paul, my marketing's stalling. I just did a scratch start. I bought a CBCT. I said, well, maybe you probably could have put some of that into marketing. I said, just do the demo. Just have the conversation with my friend and sponsor, Jamie. You're going to learn something. Even if you don't sign up for it. So what happens on these calls with you? Because I believe someone as awesome as you can't help but be helpful. What do people learn about when they reach out to you for one of these complimentary calls?
So when someone reaches out to me, the first thing I want them to know is that I'm not trying to sell you. That's not my goal. I'm not a salesman. My goal is to try and solve the problem that is presented. And in most cases, that problem is the dentist wants more patients. Sometimes it's of a specific type of treatment that they're looking for. Whatever that is that they're looking for, my job is to try and solve that as best I can. So I'm going to ask a lot of questions. I'm going to understand about the background you're bringing in. There are a lot of agencies that are out there that are really not doing as fantastic a job as they could in taking care of the dentist. And so if you're bringing that in, if that's been the experience, I want to know that. Or perhaps it's a dentist that's been doing everything on their own and they're burned out. I want to know what's going on. So I'm going to ask a lot of questions. And really what I want to have happen is I want that person to be able to trust that we're going to be able to take you from where you are now and bring you to the next level in your marketing. And in some cases, I'm a very honest person, a very forthright person. Marketing rarely works in days and weeks. It's the type of thing that we want people to understand. It's more of a months and years game. And so if you're looking for quick hits, marketing is going to be very hard to make that happen. There are some things that can do that, but as far as a strategy and a long-term growth, it's the type of thing we want to know people are willing to build a partnership with us and to understand that it is the type of thing that takes months. And in fact, that's part of our case study, is that it took almost a year to get to the stage for Dayspring Dental.
You got to be patient, waiting for your patience, Jamie. That's your tagline. You got to be patient, waiting for your patience. Use Jamie. I like that. Look at this. I'm just giving out free marketing advice. Bundle of all sorts to reduce application. I'm billing Dental Intel for that. Send me a marketing bill. I'll take a margarita at the next Fall C event. You know, you got to be patient, waiting for your new patients. But thanks, Jamie, for being you. I know we have a lot of fun stuff coming up. Really appreciate you sharing with us today.
Thanks, Paul. Appreciate it.
So just do these free calls. I just had the awesome Brandon Hill doing a complimentary strategy call on buying a practice, where he infuses awesome advice on buying a practice and also where to find the best cheesesteaks in Philadelphia. Do these complimentary demos. You're going to learn something in doing that. So I'm ready for my next guest. He's someone like me because he is a fellow dentist. Now, we're going to talk about Be the Man. So I brought my weights here. Should I get a raw steak with my weights, Jeff, to talk about Be the Man? So I love this. You might have to unmute there for a second. I'm not totally sure. I didn't hear it unless I'm just.
Absolutely. Now you're good, man. We're all good.
Fellow dentist on board with me. Before we get to Be the Man, just tell us for a minute about your dentist life, Jeff. Just give us like a 60-second journey from dental school to where you are today.
Let's see, dental school from time I started working, really about 6 years in, I wanted to quit. I was ready to quit and get out of dentistry. I was just disillusioned. I thought, man, I did not sign up for this. And then I met a good partner of mine that I practiced with, Bruce Baird, for 17 years, and it shifted everything dramatically. Currently, I work 3 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I love doing dental implants, placing, restoring, and that's really kind of my jam right now. And I see myself really tapering back to a couple of days a week over this next year, and then continuing to do what I'm doing for creating a men's movement in dentistry.
I love that, Jeff. When did you graduate from dental school?
97, baby. 1997.
You're right there, 27 years. Your early season days, your early SADs, medium age meds. I'm still 10 to 25 years, 2002. Now, I'm glad to hear share your event. And we sit around Nachos and we have team meetings with our virtual people, our in-person people. We got a team that says, can we support someone going to this event? And the awesome Brandon is going to your event. Be the Man.
Yes.
One of my favorite people at Dental Nachos that I love. We said, can we send Brandon to Be the Man? She said, what is that? Right? He did not say it like sounds so cool. So share with us. I love what you're talking about here. And I love names that get people's attention. What is Be the Man? Tell our audience all about it.
Absolutely. And you're right. That Be the Man can be a little bit spicy, which goes perfectly with the nachos, right? And at the end of the day, every time that I've ever explained this to a woman, she's like, oh, I get it. So really, at the end of the day, we're creating men who are better fathers, better husbands, and better leaders for themselves in their community and also in their practices. So bottom line, that's what we're looking at creating and supporting them with the tools to do that, as well as putting them in a community of like-minded individuals that have the ability to share the wins as well as celebrate those wins and then support each other in the losses too and look at picking each other up. We just really don't have that as a group of men. And also too, it's also about providing something where we're talking about masculinity, mental health in a positive manner that allows us to be efficient and effective with the way that we're approaching life. It's not some just little mental boot camp for the weekend. It's really about creating a lifestyle. See, we've been taught, trained, and educated that it's really not possible to have it all. It's not possible to live this leading edge life. And it's not possible to have this work-life balance that's kind of like this carrot that's been hanging out here forever. And I'm here to tell you that that's not true. And with the application of tools that we can look at providing for you and guiding you, it absolutely is available to have it all. And it's just up to you to make the choices and do the work.
First of all, you tell people, this is 2022, so I love the awesome diversity of Earth and how things are. Being a better partner is just valuable to everybody, right? Being a better father, that's valuable to Earth. Being a better leader for teams. But I want to ask a question for you now. First, when is Be the Man? Where is it being hosted and when is it?
Absolutely. So it's a conference that is November 11, 12, 13. It's going to be hosted at the amazing resort, the Fontainebleau Hotel and Resort in Miami there. So it'll be right on the beach. Great time of year to be there in November where it's kind of cooler everywhere else. It's going to be awesome there. And it's not going to be, one of our things is, hey, this is not your mama's CE. We're going to be inside, outside. We do a lot of evolutionary experiences that really just kind of help drive everything home. And when you have a shared experience with others, it really solidifies that so you can take it home and apply it immediately in your life.
I love that. And I want to ask you a question, not about you've been on before talking about your personal experiences. Not means you can't talk about it, but I want you to think, we're dentists and we see patients. And sometimes they say, Dr. Jeff and Dr. Paul, this tooth hurts, right? This tooth hurts. But other times they say, I don't have any problems, but their teeth are ground down to this very technical nubs. I go, have you noticed your teeth are nubs, right? They go, nothing hurts.
No, nothing hurts.
People don't have nubs. So my point here, Jeff, is you see pain, right, that people identify with. Say, hey, Dr. Jeff, I might have mental health issues. I don't tell my pain. But then you also see problems where the person's not aware of it, right? So where do you see these pain and problems in the male community in your travels as a speaker, as a coach? Leave yourself out of it just for now. Just talk in general about the community.
You know, I see a lot of the pain as this is that really we've never been equipped to learn how to handle the stress, and we've never been given the tools to really take that stress and alchemize it into something that can take you on a different trajectory to actually move you forward to where you actually welcome different things coming in and you're like, you know, I used to never celebrate getting upset, angry, any of those things. Now I can take and alchemize that and turn that into something else. So that's one thing. And then the second thing is looking at, you know, as men, we've never really been taught to be vulnerable, share our feelings and everything like that, because if we do, that means that we're weak. And I'm here to tell you, if you want to be the most powerful person in the room, be the most vulnerable person in the room. And when we can do that in a safe space, it really starts to allow things to take off really, really quickly. And that's what we want to look at providing is an incredible community, because I think one of the biggest problems in dentistry is twofold. One, we have the thought that we're just a dentist. I'm just a dentist. But in reality, you are a leader, whether you choose to look at it that way or not. The second thing is, I think one of the biggest problems is, even though I've operated this way, in a group practice, still at the end of the day, most dentists feel alone. And that's just not true. And so if we can have a place where we can come, we can hyper focus and we can have targets and we are clear on our vision, man, that starts to let people go quickly. And that starts to let us collapse time and compress that. We can get more done in 90 days than most people do all year. That's what's amazing.
Love that share there. And I think, you know, I just was speaking with an amazing female dentist, Dr. Amanda C., who's doing a group in Chicago. She's around our age. And, you know, I think what we can do through social media is share what we wish we did earlier to prevent pain and problems. Like, you know, what I said to her, we said it was, I wish I got paid coaching earlier. Why was I supposed to figure this all out myself?
Yeah,
why didn't
absolutely.
And I got it fairly early in the circle of life, helping my team with a coach. But she talked about the deserve factor her coach helped her with. And I think, you know, sometimes dentists, we sit there as practice owners like, who cares about our happiness? Oh, yeah, nobody, right?
Yeah.
So I think we can start to reframe this discussion. I think Be the Man is an awesome step in that direction. Tell us the details. So it's in the Fontainebleau in November. People text in. What's the cost for them to go to this event?
So right now you can still do early bird special, which is $750, and it's going to be, that's unbelievable for 3 days worth of an incredible conference. And then for your viewers, a couple things, and this is one thing that I decided this morning. So one, they'll have a promo code for you guys, which is Nachos, and that gets them an additional night. The Thursday night, I'm going to do something called Fact Map, which is taking something super deep where we'll take one of the domains, faith, fitness, family, finance. We're going to go deep for setting up for the next year for success. But here's one thing that I also want to put out there, Paul, and I just decided this today, and this is going to be new for you. I want the first 5 male dentists that this sounds like this resonates with. This is what I want to do for your community. We're going to do complimentary tuition for the whole event for them.
Wow, that's awesome.
So that is because, you know what? I had my partner, Bruce Bear, did that for me way back when I was ready to walk away from dentistry. And I always said, if I have an opportunity to do that, then I want to do that. And I want to do that and amplify it and pay it forward. So we're going to come.
And that's so powerful. I'm going to get together with my team and find the 5 dentists. because you're doing something transformative for people who wouldn't otherwise have this opportunity. And Bruce is the best, and I learned so much from him. And this is the true pay it forward of the dental world. And what I want to share, and I said this with Dr. Men, is take the time to invest in yourself, because the morale of the leader matters more than you think. And 2023 is around the corner. I'm not the biggest New Year's resolution fan, but I am setting up for success. This has been this weird year, post-pandemic, blah, blah. Now we have 2023 on the horizon. Is it reframing your relationship with insurance? Is it adding an associate? Is it selling your practice? Maybe it's time to sell your practice and go do something else. Is it time to buy a practice? I just got a Facebook message, Jeff. Hey, Dr. Nacho, do you think I'm ready to buy a practice now? And I love those messages, but they also were like, how would I know if you're ready to buy a practice? Go to events like this where you can sit with Jeff, the practice owner, and this practice owner, and say, you know what? You're not ready yet. You got to do X, Y, and Z, or you're more than ready. And that's why these in-person events are so valuable to our community.
And I really think that clarity is one of the new top currencies. And I absolutely think that the more clear you are, the less you're going to get, pulled in different directions from all the shiny things coming your way.
Yeah, I love that, Jeff. Well, thanks for being part of this. Such a generous offer. We're going to make the most of it. Appreciate it very much.
Thanks, guys.
So that was an awesome episode of our Talking Nacho show. You guys can bring Jeff down, and I will just bring up the talk text code. Please invest in your team. Text talk to this number now so you can have the talk about dental insurance, not about dropping, not about signing up for plans, explaining to your patients how it really works so you can maximize your patient-centered care, improve your profit, and most of all, make everyone in the office, including you, a lot less annoyed.